Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another live stream with Oxygen not included. We're of course playing around with the new upgrade that's available in the beta branch. This is the space industry upgrade, adding in a variety of new items into the game, including the crazy, I don't know what you want to call it. It's supposed to be like a jetpack suit, or like a jet suit, but it's got like the rockets on the side of the helmet. So it's pretty crazy looking, but lots of cool new things in this upgrade. Of course, this is the first day that it's live, so some of the art isn't finished yet. There will be some things that are a little bit buggy, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of pop in and check out all the new things that they have in the new upgrade. And we can kind of see what's kind of new and cool there that they've added into the game. But welcome everyone who's here so far in the chat, and if you're watching this on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. Let's just jump right into it and see what kind of cool stuff we have in here. Now, probably my favorite thing is the jet suit or the jetpack setup that they've added in. But we'll take a look first at the research tree, so you can kind of see what's different there. So. Standard research tree is pretty much the same for most of the things. There's not too much that I noticed was different in the lower trees. I don't think they've really added anything in there to any great degree. Just taking a quick peek. I think all the things are basically the same in these lower level ones. But if you switch actually up to where they have the astronaut stuff, the tree is significantly different. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here now, and actually I'm going to unlock that. I am doing this in the beta branch, and we'll be toying around with some sandbox stuff as well, just so we can kind of quickly build through it. And then what I'm planning to do is kind of run through all the new stuff so we can check all that out. And then we'll go back to our game that we have, the Inescapable Space Prison, and we'll continue to build that colony out because I want to continue to try to work it towards getting this late game content where we're actually playing the game rather than just kind of showing it off in a debug mode. But this is the new stuff they've added. So over here they have this this virtual planetarium that they've included in the game. Now basically what happens is you do the research with your telescope, and then you get these discs that the duplicants process in this virtual planetarium, and that gives them access to the interstellar research points. And you can see there's a lot of them they have to earn to unlock all this stuff. Matt Hirsch with a super chat. Love the intro music. It's Hershey. If Hershey ever makes it, he'd love a jetpack. Yeah, we got to get to the point where we can get to the jetpacks in the normal game. Thanks for peeking at sandbox mode. You're the best. Thanks for the super chat as well. Okay, so we have that. The basic rocketry we already saw before. There's nothing really different here, except they have this research module that they've added. Actually, I guess there's two items they've added in here, basic rocketry. Research module and then a steam engine. So you can actually, instead of having a petroleum-powered engine, you can have an engine that's powered by steam. Down here you can see we have the jetpack. It's labeled as a jet suit here, and it has a jet suit dock and checkpoint. I have one of those built in this colony already because I used it for the thumbnail, so we can check that out. There's a molecular forge now in catalytics, which is something that I don't think they had before. So they had the oxalite refinery in the previous update, but now they've also added this molecular forge, which lets you process raw material into advanced industrial goods. So there's some new materials and things we can work with in here too. That like things like a supercoolant, and there's this visco gel that you can have to create to make things as well. So kind of a lot of things are kind of pushing it a little bit later in the game by virtue of some of these changes. But for example, the vacuum tube system that was letting the duplicants fly around, I was planning to make one of those today, the transit tubes. But I don't know that we're going to be able to, because we have to get this molecular forge thing made first in order to make visco gel, which is now part of making transit tubes. So we'll have to kind of do a little bit of work to play around with that. So something new in solid transport? I don't know. Let me take a look here. Solid transport. Oh yes, over here they have the robo miner, which automatically digs out materials in a set range, and I'm pretty sure they added this in specifically for the purpose of dealing with things like regolith that tends to build up on the surface and on top of your doors and pretty much everywhere up there, and it's kind of a colossal pain to deal with. So they have that as an option in there. Also, they have a memory toggle. I can't remember if that was in there before or not. I haven't played around with it or not, so I'm not entirely certain. Up here they have the solid cargoes. They've also added, well, they have the gas canisters and the liquid cargo tanks. In the special cargoes, they've now also added a sightseeing module. So now, in addition to the astronaut duplicant you send up into space, you can also send a passenger who just goes up for the sake of checking things out. And that's apparently good for de-stressing and whatnot. They can go fly around in outer space in a rocket powered by some crazy duplicant, and somehow that's not stressful. I'm not sure I get that exactly, but it's apparently entertainment for them, so they get that taken care of. There's now a hydrogen fuel engine. We have an oxidizer tank, liquid fuel tank, and then we have that's the petroleum engine we already had. There's a solid fuel thruster now. This burns refined copper and oxalite. And there's also an engine here somewhere that is powered, I thought. Maybe actually, this is probably what I was thinking of, was the solid fuel thruster is powered by oxygen. There's one that's apparently you can use liquid oxygen to fuel it, I thought, and it had a higher efficiency. We'll have to take a look at that. But that's the research tree. So lots of cool stuff in there. And of course, you can see those things in the rocketry. Here's the steam engine. I have to build and select materials. Lots of materials it takes to build this. 2,000 steel. Like that's a fair amount. That'll take quite a bit. There's our solid fuel thruster, liquid fuel tank, hydrogen engine, biological cargo bay. So lots of cool things in here. It's pretty sweet. Maybe it was the liquid cargo tank. There was some one of the tanks I saw said something to the effect of if you use liquid oxygen, it's more efficient. I can't remember which one that was. Nevertheless, when we get to the point of actually making it, we'll get to play around with that as well. So, in shipping, here's of course the robo miner. I gotta pick that, and you can see that when you place this down, it selects a range around it in order to mine things out. It's hard to tell exactly how high it's going to be because we're not really in a good space here. Let me get up top side here. We can see how big the radius on this is. It goes from the ground point where you set it, so it basically keeps like a flat level, and then mines everything above it. You can't even see that thing here. What's going on? I think it might be a little bit buggy. That's in shipping again. No, there it goes. Now we can see it. So you can see it digs out a fairly large area, but this is something that we could probably set up near the surface when we have our doors set up so that they can try to keep them clean. You put on basically like one on either side of it, and you'll keep the whole area swept clean of regolith, as long as, you know, the meteors don't come in and smash the thing to pieces on you, which seems like a fairly high probability in this game. There's so many things that just kind of come plummeting in on the surface and just smash everything on you. This here is the jet suit dock with the jet suit checkpoint. So when the duplicate passes through, they put on the jet suit. Let me find a duplicate we can bring up there. I only have, I think, 4 or 5 of them in the colony right now. So we'll grab Otto. Otto can come up here. If we put him to move through, he's not going to do it. Something must be blocked. Why won't you pass through the suit? All right, we'll send him up there anyway. We'll see what happens. I did play around with this before. This is how I got the thumbnail, and I didn't have any issues. So I don't know why. Don't know why the duplicant isn't swapping suits there for me. Nope, he won't do it. There you go. Try now. Nope, not gonna happen. Snoop with a $2 super chat. Happy birthday, Steel Wolf. I'll echo that as well. Happy birthday, Steel Wolf. So that's really cool. This suit here is actually powered by, you have to supply it with oxygen, and then you also have to feed it petroleum, I guess, so that it can power the little rocket things on the side of the head. Now, I don't think the animation is finished yet, because it has the little engines on the side of the helmet, but when you're flying around, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, it just, you can sort of fly, but there's no animation, I guess, is what I'm getting at. This has oxygen in it. It has petroleum in it. Why can't I get a duplicant to go through here? Let's try and bring another duplicant into being. Oh, come back here, Marie. I want you to go over here. There we go. Marie will do it. Maybe because the other one already had an exosuit on. So there's Marie. She's got the fancy little suit on. If we send Marie up top here, just tell her to move somewhere up here. She'll actually go out and then fly all the way up the opening. So as you can see, there's not really a lot of animation. Just like she's standing still. So hopefully they'll put something in there that makes that a little bit more interesting and comical. But they can fly around and grab stuff. She could just grab some meat that was on the surface. Hey Trevor, how you doing? They got this really weird expression when they come through that door too, almost like they're constipated. Not sure what the deal is there. But those are the fancy new flying suits. Those are pretty sweet. I have a feeling, I built this one up near the surface, but I have a feeling you could use those basically anywhere in your colony in place of the exosuit, as long as you're producing petroleum. Now, in our other colony, we have quite a bit of it stored up, so if we can get to the point of using it, that'd be great. Instead of using the exosuits, just have people fly all around the inside of the asteroid in the crazy spacesuits. I think it'd be pretty cool. There's nowhere they can't go with those things. I figure that's pretty neat. There are some new materials and stuff that were added as well, but if we look under stations, we can see here the virtual planetarium. Again, this is just temp art. It doesn't really look like much of anything. It's a box with a slot in it. I gather they put the disc in there, but very temp is the artwork on this one. It's not even just temp, it's very temp. So imagine that will change quite a bit when they get around to finishing up the artwork for this. The other things in this station, of course, are just the jet suit checkpoint and the jet suit dock, which we had above, and those work the same way as the exosuit dock and the exosuit checkpoints do. You have to kind of place them next to each other so they actually go ahead and use them. In the furniture, I don't think we have anything new here. Nothing new in medicine. Refinement, we should have... Here it is. Here's the molecular forge. Man, this thing's huge. That thing's massive. No wire connected, but in here you can take tungsten and combine it to make thermite. You get petroleum, iso resin, and wow, iso resin. Man, we gotta find iso resin now. That's crazy. All right, so we can take petroleum and iso resin, and that makes the visco gel. Abyssallite apparently can't be used for building tiles and pipes and things anymore. So now the only thing you can do with it is create this this insulation, which is supposed to be like some super insulator kind of thing. Insulator slow heating. And then this is apparently a test recipe for dirt to turn sandstone into dirt. So I don't know if they're going to actually end up doing... Oh, wow, look at that. Sandstone, 100 kilograms to 60.8 tons. So this produces... Actually, it looks like a 1-to-1 ratio. So you use 100 kilograms of dirt and produces... Or sorry, 100 kilograms of sandstone to produce 100 kilograms of dirt. And there's always an overabundance of... an overabundance of sandstone in the game. So I feel like that's just kind of sort of a way that they've given us to produce dirt really easily, which almost seems a little weird. But and then here's the super coolant as well. Not really a lot of detail on that. So that's really cool. That thing's really huge too. Man, I can't get over that. It's massive. Oxalite refinery, of course, we already had, but now it looks like we actually have a purpose for the oxalite because we can use that as solid rocket fuel in order to power our rockets and stuff. Canister filler and stuff we already had. Canister emptiers. Nothing new in plumbing. Nothing new in food. Power is all the same. Oxygen the same, and then everything the same too in the base level as well. Now the other thing that they added into the game that that I haven't brought in yet, if we jump into sandbox mode, now I think we actually have to get this from a different planet. But if we go into sandbox, there is a new critter that they've added. If we go into critters, it's this thing called the shove vole, which I feel like is just supposed to be a play on the word shovel. But whoops, that was not. There we go. There's a little shove vole. It is a little buggy. I've noticed when you put it in, it moves for a moment. Sometimes it'll move around a tiny little bit, but then it very quickly gets in this frozen state where it just doesn't move anymore. So it's kind of totally bugged. It's not really working at all right now. At some point, I'm sure they'll fix it. But this guy, little dude here, he likes to eat regolith. And apparently it also excretes regolith, dirt, and iron ore. So the same things it eats is the same thing it excretes. So I'm sure at some point they're going to have to change that around because I don't think that's the intended purpose. Unless it eats regolith and poops out dirt and iron ore, or dirt or iron ore, whatever the case might be. But this is what it is. Yeah, you apparently can't build abyssallite tiles anymore. So if we go into the tile options, you can see abyssallite is not a choice. Now we have iso resin and the insulation. Now the iso resin, I'm wondering if we actually just make that in our metal refinery. No, actually it's got to probably be in the kiln. So if we throw a kiln out here, we might find that recipe hiding here. Where's our kiln? There we go. So there's our kiln. In here, nope, that just makes ceramics. So I'm going to have to figure out where we make the iso resin from, because I haven't seen that yet. Iso resin, solid. Transition into liquid naphtha. Iso resin is a crystallized sap composed of a long-chain polymers. It's used in the production of rare high-grade materials. Resource type, missing string, misc target, rare bed. All right, so we're not making that anytime soon. I'm sure there'll be a point where we can either find this or make it. But at the moment, I have no clue. It's missing some of the stuff in there. Put vol on rare materials. Looks like it wants to dig around. Well, it actually, yeah, I don't know. It's you can see it's like planning to move, but it's not actually going anywhere. I played around with this a little bit before in the debug mode, and it wasn't doing anything. So like if I teleport it into space even, so it just floats there. It's bugged out entirely. It won't do anything. We could like spawn another one in down here where there's some stuff for it to eat, but see how quickly it freezes. Oh, there it goes. It needs some iron ore. See what happens. Chomp chomp. Oh, it pooped. So it just pooped out a big chunk of I can't even pick it. Hold on here. Just iron ore, raw material. So it's weird. It eats the refined metals and poops out raw materials. So I don't know. Again, it's frozen again. It's totally buggy. But it's also the day one of the beta branch. So there's going to be stuff that's broken. But can you make pipes with Abyssallite? Nope. You can't make pipes or anything with Abyssallite anymore. Abyssallite now only serves the purpose of being a raw material that's used in producing the insulation. You can't use it directly anymore. So that's a fairly significant change, and that's probably going to change the way a lot of things are put together. So I mean, I think even in our other colony, we have some tiles and things that are made out of Abyssallite that are no longer going to work that way because we can't make them. So I'm not really sure. Space industry. When did this happen? Just today. It came out in the beta branch today. They didn't actually feature it on the stream tonight because they were showing off the remastered Mark of the Ninja game that's coming out. Yeah, super cool. What else have we got on here? So, oxidizer tank. I think that's actually in the rocketry stuff. Steam engine's interesting. So now if you gather up steam, you can use that as a power system to power your rocket out. Which I don't know, just it's almost like going back into like steampunk era, oxygen not included. It's a little weird. I really thought there was a different fuel tank that used oxygen. It's the hydrogen one. Oxidizer tank stores oxalate or liquid oxygen for burning rocket fuel. Oxidizer tank becomes more efficient when liquid oxygen over oxalate. Yeah, okay. So this is the tank that has to feed into... Not the solid fuel thruster. I can't remember which one this one feeds into, but either way, I'll have to play around with that a little bit. So up top here, I did set up a new little rocket station. So similar with the other ones, if we have like our solid fuel thruster. Ooh, this one actually goes in the middle now. So hold on. We still need a major rocket engine at the bottom, so we'll use the petroleum rocket because I happen to have petroleum. We're going to need a liquid fuel tank. And then I think we can add in the solid fuel thruster as like a secondary stage to help the rocket get propelled farther. We probably are going to need... Well, what does this need? Solid fuel is going to require probably solid fuel tank, right? We need to go higher. That's right, not deeper. Liquid fuel tank, cargo, gas canister, liquid cargo tank. Wonder where we put the solid fuels. Insufficient resources: iron 10 kilograms and oxalate 10 kilograms. It's gonna be a real pain actually to load things like oxalate into this, because it's gonna constantly off gas as you produce it. I can see that being like a real nuisance. Electric cargo bay, liquid fuel tank. I guess there's no place to put like solid fuel. That's weird. Unless they just load it like directly in or something. We'll throw our sightseeing module on here. That's so weird. And then I guess we'll throw the command capsule on top. Oh, come on. There we go. Aside, missing gantry, insufficient resource, Atmo suit ×1. So I guess you actually have to have the Atmo suit now too, which is something that you didn't have to have before. But we'll throw a gantry on here. Oh man, that's significantly bigger than I remembered it being. All right, so we'll throw a gantry out here. We'll leave a space for the ladder, and then we'll have a gantry down here so that they can get into the observation area. Give them a little ladder here. Oh, come back here. There we go. Solid fuel is like a giant sugar rocket. It's built into the rocket. I guess so, but we must have to load it up, though, because it says that it's awaiting delivery of iron and it's insufficient oxalate. So they do have to actually load it in. And then, of course, for our liquid fuel tank, we'll have to set up something for that. So we do have a pipe already coming in here that I set up to feed petroleum into our suits. So I could extend that down farther here. We'll feed that into the rocket to fuel it. So we'll get that going. We'll need to produce some oxalate as well. Now, fortunately, we're in debug mode, so oxalate's really easy to come by. I basically just need to find a spot I can work with it here. So let's mop this up. Like, the amount of preparation work that's going to be required to settle this stuff up when you're not in debug mode, it's like, this is definitely very late game stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into getting all the materials and things you need. Like, as you can see, we need like thousands of units of steel and what have you to produce all this stuff. That's quite a bit. Now, in our refinery here, Oxalite refinery. This is going to need an input. So we'll go to our gas pipes here. This will feed some gas into this to make some oxygen. Insufficient resource. Gold. I forgot to take gold. All right, we can solve that too. Down here, we have this thing. Let's just make some gold. Now we have lots of gold. Infinite gold. Isn't it lovely to have everything build instantly? Yeah, sometimes it is. It's fun to play around with some of this stuff, because you can just sort of experiment. We do actually need somebody who's going to have the astronaut job. Otherwise, our rocket's going to be grounded. So we probably should take astronaut operator. Grab a couple here. Like so. And you actually assign the rocket to somebody now, too. So, oh, look, they've got they have a different hat on now. Finally. The other hats look really ridiculous, but now they actually have the little actual astronaut hat. Destination not selected. Astronaut has atmosuit. So they'll have an atmosuit when they come up here, because there's no way for them to get up here without it. You know, aside from, like, teleporting them anyway. Just restricted auto updates as much as Steam would let you. Sandbox instant builds. It's fun to play around this way a little bit. When new updates and stuff come out, getting the chance to sort of experiment a little bit before all this stuff is live is kind of fun. How much power does the gantry take? 1.2 kilowatts. Man, I'm not producing enough power to even run the gantry. That's ridiculous. And we don't have a rocket. There's no door here, so we're just going to blast right through the surface. You can see when I was experimenting earlier, and I put this poor little guy on the surface, and he's dying now. He's going to turn into meat any moment. Poor, poor little meat. Oh. No, that's why they're not doing it. It's nighttime. These guys gotta hurry up a little bit. So the gantry won't retract if we don't power it, but I'm not necessarily producing enough power to do all this. This would be 2.4 kilowatts in order to move the two gantries out of the way. We'll try it anyway. Let's throw a little deconstruction on here. Worst case scenario, I guess I could throw down another generator. What happened there? Is it connected? I guess it is. Oh, well, one of them connected. What's going on there? That's weird. It shows that it's connected, but it's actually not. Hooray for debug mode. There we go. That's going to need a switch, though. Otherwise, this is not going to do what I want it to. We've been using the inspection option on the desks, lockers, brain machines, etc. No, this is just purely... this colony is just one I built purely in debug mode. So it's not something that I'm actually doing anything with. It's just something to toy around with. Alright, so this needs to be connected up using automation wire. There we go. Alright, let's assign an astronaut. We'll send Marie into outer space this time. And then I think they've added some new destinations to the star map as well. Oh yeah, there's some question mark ones here that are unknown. So we still have the ice planet. We have the rocky asteroid, metallic asteroid, and then the carbon asteroid. Those were ones that were already all present, but now we have these 4 unknown destinations as well that our duplicants can go and research. If you click on the ones that are known, you can actually get some information about what they have on them in terms of what they're composed of and what have you, but the unknown ones, when you click on them, you just get nothing. So who knows what you'll find out there. I'm guessing a shove vole will be one of the things we find, because I haven't seen any of those actually in the regular world here. So let's analyze object. Oh, we can just do it instantly. Isn't that nice? Satellite, type distance, study upper atmosphere, study lower atmosphere, study magnetic field, study surface. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. We can just unlock everything as we go through. It feels like cheating. This rocket's grounded. I haven't actually fuel. Oh, it's got some fuel in it. We need some oxalate though. Are they producing this? Waiting gold delivery. I was hoping I could just click on this the same way as I could for like the metal refinery and just have it produce a whole bunch of oxalate, but it doesn't look like it works that way. Synthesizes oxalate using oxygen and a small amount of gold. I don't know. I don't ultimately know what this thing... I've never used this thing before, so I'm not sure what it does with it. Whether it just sort of keeps it stored within the refinery and then they have to unload it and load it into this thing. But let's set high priority on this so they can load it full of iron. And we should probably make sure we have some of that available. There is definitely iron on the surface, but if we can give them some iron down here, that would probably be a good thing. Oh, we could turn pyrite into iron, too. Pure iron from iron ore. You get lore bits if you choose inspect instead of rummage and other... Oh, that's cool. A coffee planet? That's what we need. Send our duplicates off to the espresso planet. I wish I could just like click on this thing and fill it automatically. I mean, I guess what we could do is, if I can get a duplicant up here who's actually going to fill this thing, I could just put some oxalate in here and break it down and let them pick it all up and load it in. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Element, where's our oxalate? Just do like a huge quantity of it here. 275 Kelvin. We'll paint this in. All right, I found some solid oxalate. We don't even need a machine. Now they just got to load it up. Set this priority 9. Waiting delivery. That's going to off-gas, so it's going to take a little bit. Insufficient resources, atmosuit times 1. Huh. Do we have to load an atmosuit into this thing? So there's a lot of here that I haven't really played around with yet because it just came out today, but... Let's see if we go into sandbox mode, if we can spawn an atmosuit in. Let's see if they actually have to load it into this spaceship. Atmosuit, we'll drop it up here. Oh yeah, it's just sitting there now. Has atmosuit. Rocket cannot launch without an atmosuit loaded. So I guess they do have to actually put one in the machine. But there's not like a button you can click on that says like deliver suit, the same as there is on the docking port. People in chat are saying that you can scroll up, you can scroll farther up at the star map. Oh, can we? Ooh, we can. Check that out. Organic mass. Oh, there's all kinds of unknown stuff out here now. Look how far out you can go. Destination unknown. Wow, that's sweet. So you can go more than 70,000 kilometers out. So there's actually a lot to research now, where before there was just a couple things. And there's a few of these satellites floating around here. Let's try sending them off to this place. Yes, atmosuits needed in Rocket from patch notes I read. Yeah, I was just I was expecting the duplicate to have to wear the atmosuit, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like you have to actually load one. Or the These guys are they sleeping again? No, they can't be. It's middle of the day. Come on, guys. There you go. Somebody up there. I want to see somebody with the actual astronaut helmet on. Where are they? Where's our astronaut? There they are. Otto. Let's follow Otto. I want to see this little helmet on him. Ah, that helmet's awesome. He's too busy having a conversation. Otto, go get in the rocket. Oh, no, wait. We sent Marie to the rocket. She must already be in there. Because I don't see Marie here anywhere. I think we're going to need more atmo suits. See you, Durgan. Have fun at work. As if that's a thing. Is this loaded? Oh, it's still waiting. Come on. Give me my fuel. I want to send the rocket into space. I want to see if they've updated any of the animations and stuff on that. All right, so it has an astronaut. They're there. Destinations. I thought I selected a destination. Star maps. Oh, too far for this rocket. All right, that's different. I guess maybe because I went in here when I didn't have a rocket selected. Maybe once we fuel it up. Fuel tank required. Destination selected. How's that suit? Max range. Total oxidizable fuel. Nothing. 0.9 tons of total fuel. Yeah, we might need a second fuel tank in here. This isn't going to get us very far. If they would load up the stuff in here, then we can actually take off. That'd be good. Okay, hold on. Let's go into jobs. We'll give somebody the job actually to make sure they're delivering things. Go for a supply job. We'll throw Meep in there. Meep seems like a good option. And we don't need our artist anymore, so we'll send Joshua there too. Joshua. And then we'll go into the jobs and we'll make sure they're prioritized. Everybody's prioritized. Whoops. Sorry, go into priorities. We'll prioritize delivering things. Combat life support, toggle, research, operate farm, ranch, build, dig, supply. There we go. Everybody crank up the supply level. Go fill the rocket. They're not going up there because they can't change from the ammo suit to the jet suit to get past the checkpoint. Sure they can. They don't actually need to go out here. They just have to go in here. So they get up here, they drop in, and then they come over here and they come down here. There's some oxalate at the bottom here that I set them up with. They can get out of the checkpoint here to grab the iron that I have sitting on the ground here. They're just too busy doing other things right now. Those lazy duplicants. Yeah, I put everything. I did put supply up to max for everybody. Astronauts wear hats with visors, then oxygen suits that surround the hat, then atmo suit around another dome. Yeah, they don't have to worry about any head trauma, I guess. Come on, my little dudes. There goes somebody. What? No, go do work. All right. Stop at the... Okay, this is crazy. What do I have these storage lockers set at? Stop storing things. No more sweeping. People go up there and supply my things. Show navigation. That's weird. It was almost like they couldn't go in there. Okay. Where are you going? Grab the iron and take it up top. Honestly. Well, let me tell you, adding a space program didn't make the duplicants any better at doing as they're told. Let's take some... You know what? Let's just grab somebody and we'll teleport them up there. Come here, you. Oh, no, wait. Otto's not a supply person. Where's the supply person? Meep. Come on, Meep. You get up here. What the? There we go. No, Meep. No. Okay. You're killing me here. And away he goes. It's not like they can't get up there. They're just refusing to do it. Oh, you know what? Maybe they can't reach it. Maybe I need a gantry for that, too. Let's try this. We'll throw another gantry in here, and we'll see if they need that to actually load in the rocket. Now maybe they'll do it. Gonna have to pipe the stuff in the forge, I think. No, it looks like they're finally going down there to do it. Maybe they just couldn't reach where they actually had to load it in, because now there's a couple of them going for it. What you gonna do? Show me the good. Nope. All right. I don't know what their deal is. Because this thing doesn't have an output pipe, I don't think. Nope. Oh, it made some oxalate. That's taking too much power. I need another generator. Hold on. Quickly magic one of these things back together. Snap all this out of here. Oh, that was smart. Where's my deconstruct? Let's get rid of this. Fix the floor. How can I dupe that dumb fly rocket into space? I don't know. Maybe they got autopilot. It's got to be what it is. No, actually, I shouldn't use this. I should use a floor that the liquid can... whatever. Doesn't matter. Go like so. This isn't our real quality anyway. This is just our experimental one. Connect the gas in over here. This one's got to have an output, so we'll send it into there. Connect it up to the wiring. What the? Right, can't go through objects. Alright, that's all set. That will give us another 800 power, so that should give us enough power to run everything finally. Want to use auto sweepers to load the rocket? Yeah, we could try doing that too. I don't have the material sitting here. I mean, some of it I do, but let me see what they're actually picking up here. Let's clear the floor off. We'll make sure it's all oxalate that's there. There we go. So we got a good pile of oxalate on the ground. Why won't they deliver it? Does Mercury spawn on the map? Maybe in an unknown planet? I don't know. I mean, there's a few things that you can actually put in here with debug mode that aren't part of the core game. So I'm not entirely sure. This thing is still overloading. Why is that taking so much power? Oh, geez, that's why. I've got it on... Did not mean to connect it to that thing. Hold on. Deconstruct this. Have to thread our wire around here a little bit. There we go. And then we'll use the heavy watt wire here. It should work a little bit better. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. We'll connect the wires up this way. And now we should have enough power to run this thing. There we go. That's better. I still don't know what to do with this thing. So it doesn't seem to have... Like, there's no... It has the gas intake. There's no liquid output or anything for this thing. So they must have to physically go and pick up the actual oxalate. Which I presume just falls on the ground or something, but... 600 grams per second. Regardless, they're not loading the rocket with it. I'm not sure why. Maybe you can prioritize the rocket. I mean, I did. I have it at 9, actually. They should be loading this up, but I even have people that are in the supply job that should be picking up the oxalate and the iron and putting it in there, but I don't know if there's an issue right now with how this loads in, or if there's just a particular method you have to use to try to deliver it. Maybe I have this constructed in the wrong order and they won't do it. I don't know. You got me. Let's try looking up the solid fuel thruster. Maybe it'll give us more information. Solid fuel thruster. There we go. Burns refined copper and oxalate to propel rockets into space. Solid fuel thrusters gives rocket a little extra kick. Oh, they just delivered something. There they go. Now they're delivering stuff. They're delivering iron ore to it, oddly enough. I thought it burned copper, it said. Alright, so they delivered the iron ore. They just have to get the oxalate to it. It's union rules, yeah. They're just like, we're not doing the work. Forget about it. You increase our vacation pay, we'll think about it. There they go. Now they got it. Man, it took them long enough. Stuff and more stuff. Maybe it has less to do with the personality of other people and maybe the way that you're talking in chat. Why don't you just hang out and have a good time and stop worrying about it? Oh, somebody's sick. Otto's sick. We can't send a sick astronaut to space. Just deliver the oxalate. There we go. Okay, we're fueled. Starmap. No, hold on. Gotta pick the rocket first. Destination selected. Go to the star map, and this rocket can't go anywhere. No! What's the point of having a solid fuel thruster if we can't? Main engine efficiency, 40 kilometers per kilogram. Max range. Huh. Total range, 0 centimeters. We can't go anywhere. Did I put this stuff together in the wrong order? If so, that would really stink. Solid field thruster oxalide, 0.9, 1.9. Why can't I launch the rocket? Feel like we neglected to do something here. It's either put together in the wrong order, or they've just decided that it requires a dramatic amount more stuff. Because I can't even get it off the ground with this rocket. Do priorities. Work low, procrastinate medium, pee in the water tank maximum. Yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. Break the ceiling? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it won't let you launch from underground anymore. That would be interesting. Let's crack this open and see what happens. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Show star map. Too far for this rocket. Nope. Simply will not let us go anywhere. Everything's too far. Oh, wait a minute. Launch rocket. No. No. All right. This was easier before. Now I have this silly ladder thing here in the way too, and I don't think I can destroy it. Oh, I can destroy it. Good. All right, ladder's gone. Apparently some of the background. There goes all of our oxygen. Maybe need an exit now. Yeah, so I broke the top open. Need a fuel tank? I have one here, so there's a liquid fuel tank. Maybe I need a second one. I thought the solid fuel thruster would give it, like, an extra boost so that we wouldn't... I might have assembled it in the wrong order. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really give you any instruction in terms of, like, specifically what order things have to be in, or if the rocket has to be a given size. Let's go ahead and try rearranging the rocket a bit, which means we're going to have to struggle to get them to put it all back together again, but it is what it is. Oh, sorry, Marie. Ah! And this thing here is full of fuel, so we're going to destroy that, which unfortunately... Oh, good, it just dropped it on the ground. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try putting the solid fuel thruster right on top of the engine. Like that. And then we'll try a double fuel tank. We're still going to try having a passenger... Well, actually, maybe a research module on here. Sightseeing module. Command module. And then we're going to need gantries again. So we'll need one there, one for the passenger. These fuel ones we don't have to worry about, but we will need one for them to actually reach the thruster down here, and then that's going to require some wiring, of course. Oh, come on. There we go. And then automation wire, too. Okay. Take whatever number this is. 412. Oh, they're just going to endlessly gather stuff down there. Okay, you do that, buddy. And that'll be your thing now. Okay. We'll fuel up 2 liquid fuel tanks this time and see if that makes a difference. Need the oxidizer tank. Oh, wait a minute. Petroleum, liquid fuel, only the oxidizer tank. Stores oxalate or liquid oxygen for burning and fuel. Oh, yeah. Alright, hold on. Deconstruct this then. See, they actually loaded it into the rocket, but I guess maybe they need a secondary thing? I don't know. Which means we're going to need liquid oxygen as well. Okay. We can do that. We can get liquid oxygen. Like, doing this actually in the game is going to be... I'm sure going to be a real pain. Where's the easiest way to do this? I guess I'll set up liquid oxygen over here to insulate it. Okay, we'll clear this off. I should mop it up too, I guess. All right, liquid oxygen. Oxygen liquid. I'm not sure what temperature we need the oxygen at to be a liquid. I gotta look that up here. Liquid oxygen temp. All right, so in Kelvin, there's a freezing point of 54.36 Kelvin and a boiling point of 90. So we want this to be about 60 Kelvin. And probably it's still going to wind up boiling out on us, but... There we go. There's our liquid oxygen. We need a pump in here. Hopefully the pump just doesn't get destroyed instantly, because that would be bad. Wolframite. Gold amalgam. Pyrite. What's the benefit of pyrite, I wonder? Alright, we'll make it out of gold amalgam anyway. And then we're definitely going to need insulated piping for this thing. Oh, come on. Send out here. We need to deconstruct this piping here. This liquid pipe bridge is going to be brutal because it's not insulated. It's just going to freeze. Put that into here. And we need wires too because we can't work the pump without any electricity. If you leave the debug menu with no values in kilogram, mass, temp, it should work at a default in-game values. Oh, okay. That's cool. Look at it, it's already boiling. Like, how do you keep it liquid long enough to get it through the pipes? Because if it changes state and turns into a gas while it's in the pipe... we'll see how this works anyway. Now we're getting damaged, and it'll end up damaging things. Man, using the liquid oxygen for fuel in this thing is gonna be a problem. Food shortage. Oh, our guy's gonna die. Where's our food? Make a bunch of instant berry sludge. There we go. If only feeding them was that easy in a regular game. Okay. So now we have the oxidizer tank. Different stuff there. Liquid fuel tank. Oxidizer tank. It's actually it's so cold it's damaging the tiles. It's gonna break through and then we're gonna have a real problem. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Make these out of insulation here. That might work better. Can't do those top ones, but I can do a layer here. There we go. That's better. This is awaiting delivery. We'll set this to a 9. Let's assign a passenger. We'll send Meep into space because you can't go wrong with Meep in space. Get Marie back in the rocket so she doesn't miss out on her trip. Let's go to Starmap. Oh, stress vomiting. We haven't exactly been taking care of our duplicants. Okay, there we go. Now we have destinations we can send them to. So we'll send them to this. Okay. We just need an atmo suit and we need an astronaut. Now there's an atmo suit sitting down here, so if they can get that delivered, that would be good. Make food continuously. Well, it's more like so it crashes. I don't know how that works if you just turn it on continuous. If it actually does produce it continuously or not. Things are a little different when you're working in debug mode. If you make a pipe bridge from abyssalite, then it should work. You can't make things out of abyssalite anymore. And it did work. The pipe bridge worked fine. It pumped in the liquid oxygen. The trouble is just that if you look into your tile options now, with this latest update, there's no option to make things out of abyssalite anymore. Instead, abyssalite serves as an ingredient to make this insulation stuff, which is like some super insulation. But they have... there's a super material refinery that makes new composites. Super coolant, superconductor, super insulator, and visco gel. And there's new space materials, niobium, isoresin, and fullerene. So in order to get the isoresin, we have to get that from outer space now, I guess. Which is kind of a pain, because the isoresin is used in making vacuum tubes. Because you have to make the visco gel, which uses it, but... Taller ladder. We need a bigger ladder. Look at this. This is getting damaged. The oxidizer tank is taking damage. I don't know if it's because the stuff is turning into a gas inside of it. $2,700 kilograms. Taking heat damage. So it's so cold, it's getting damaged. Come on. Can't win. So it says to use liquid oxygen, but as soon as you put liquid oxygen in it, it damages it. This tank's gonna break on me before we ever get the rocket off the ground. The duplicant engineering program will be set back decades. Destination selected. Show star map. Oh, what the? Alright. Apparently it's decided I can't make it anymore. What's the deal there? And it's broken. Good times. Your pump and stuff broke. Yeah, it's so cold. Like, you can't... Well, actually, the pump's okay. The pipe's blocked. Yeah, actually, the pump and everything lasted out. It was okay. This down here didn't hold out so well. Polluted ice. The liquid oxygen just froze the liquid underneath and created its own floor. It's kind of funny. Looks like the liquid O2 is the last thing to pump in before launch. I guess so. I guess so. And I wonder if it'll actually damage the rocket while it's away doing its thing, because it doesn't last so well, right? What's this about a ladder? They can't reach the top gantry. Oh, yeah. They might need that. Whoops. There they go. Now they can get in. Thank you. Can you use the auto sweeper to load the rocket? I don't know. Let me just check. Auto sweeper. Yeah, we might be able to do the lower rocket with it. It depends. It has to have a certain amount of overlap with the coverage in order for it to work. So we'll see if this will work. And we'll just use heavy watt wire. Why not? It's all gonna get melted and stuff, but... No, see, this is already full now. Actually, it won't even matter. Picked up the ammo suit, so that's good. They can deliver that. Oh, now the pipes are breaking. Pipe bridge broke. The liquid oxygen is just smashing everything. The pipe of the tank is a normal pipe, and it's too hot to make the oxygen turn into gas. Is it a normal pipe? Did I not make that out of no, that's insulated pipe. I guess they changed the color of it, because the insulated pipe used to be more brown. But now it's... whatever. I wonder if I can make it out of clay. Oh, we can make it out of the insulation, actually. That's probably a good idea. Alright, hold on. Let's deconstruct the pipe here. Oh, I got the pipe bridge with it. And we'll make this out of insulated pipe out of this insulation stuff instead. And we'll see if that works any better. I mean, I think the issue is that the tank is all busted. It's hard to tell whether it was the pipe or the tank, but... maybe it was the pipe. Seems to be okay now. Okay. Destination selected. We still don't have an astronaut. Marie, get in there. And our rocket can't go as far anymore. I don't know what happened there. We were able to travel the distance at first, and now not anymore. Maybe because we added a passenger. Wait a minute. What happened to Meep? We assigned Meep to this thing. Where's Meep? He's gone. Meep vanished. Maybe he's in there. Pipe beneath the input tank is normal. I just replaced it. I just broke the entire thing and replaced it with insulated liquid pipe. So, no, it's not. Insulated liquid pipe made out of insulation. See? It's fine. Rocket has to be launched as soon as possible to avoid losing too much liquid oxygen. Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, once it's in there, it seems to be okay. It must have just been the pipe going into it, because it wasn't the right type of pipe. Rockets overweight, use less fuel to go further. Well, Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because actually, if you add additional fuel tanks, you can go farther. Let's check our star map. Hold on. Show star map. All right, total thrust, 47,880 kilometers. So it should be able to go all the way up to here. Total range, 28,000. Oh, we are getting a weight penalty. Current rocket mass, 6,600 kilograms. I don't know if it's because of dry mass, 1.2 tons. Wet mass, 5.4 tons. For 6.6 tons total. Liquid fuel, total oxidizer. Maybe we need to set the tank in here to have a lower amount of oxidization. Or lower amount of oxidizer, rather, it will hold. Now it won't go as far. I can't win! Huh. We don't even have, like, a cargo thing on this. Get rid of the sightseeing thing. I kind of wanted to send Meep into space. There we go. Destination selected. Okay, now we've got options again. Okay, it's going a little better. Let's get them out to this asteroid before it decides that it's not allowed to launch anything. Launch mission. Oh wait. Turn off. I didn't do it fast enough. I broke everything. How hot's this thing now? Oh, it's only 164 degrees. That's not so bad. It's just a little warm. Well, we had a successful rocket launch anyway. Now, I think there was supposed to be a way you could actually track the rockets now. Oh, yeah, there we go. You can actually show that you can see where the rocket is now. So before you couldn't see where it was in terms of its progress. You just sort of launched it out into space and you never really knew what the outcome was going to be. But now, we can actually see it. That's pretty cool. Anyway, that seems to be all the new stuff that's in the in this particular update. Obviously, as I said, there's some additional materials and stuff in there. They changed some stuff around in terms of the research, which I can't really show you with the telescope because it now produces these data disks which have to be processed at the virtual planetarium. But because I'm in debug mode, when I click on something, it just automatically researches it all, so I can't really go through the process of researching it. But that's all the cool new stuff that's in the latest update. Let's actually flip back to the inescapable space prison so we can continue to build our way towards having some of this cool rocket stuff in our normal game, instead of just playing around in debug mode. BDS Empire, woo, space flight, fly safely, Otto. Thanks for the super chat at BDS, appreciate that. Let's go ahead and load up the inescapable space prison. Oh, wow, they got loads that are all different now, too. Huh. Well, that looks different. Load game. Now, the tricky part is going to be, I actually wanted to build the vacuum tube system for the duplicants to get around today, but it looks like they changed around the building materials required for it. Just melted, it's all good. Yeah. The Liquid O2 broke 3 layers of insulation. I know, it's so cold. It just smashes everything. It's crazy. Live epically with a $2 super chat. Yes, back to the ISP. Let's go back to killing the dupes the old-fashioned way. Killing dupes since 2017, I think. Uh-oh. No! All right, that's not good. That's not good at all. Hopefully our save game isn't corrupted. I haven't tried to actually launch the save game. This is Scott Manley speaking. Fly safe. All right, low game. Inescapable space prison. We may end up starting a whole new colony if this thing just won't load. Hopefully that was just a one-off, just a silly little crash. I'll find out soon enough. Now, the tricky part is, like, I think some of the tiles and stuff we used to build in this colony were actually made out of abyssalite, and I wonder if it's going to cause an issue. Cryptic, we have a problem. Did you make a backup? Not so much. Oh, there we go. All right, we're good. The colony's live. I forgot we broke our exosuits up here. Man, ooh, man, is it going slow? I think that might be new music I haven't heard before. Oh boy, is it going slow. Oh boy. Cycle 314. One of the things I was thinking about actually when I was offline is I want to change my power grid around a little bit. I have it spread out okay in terms of the distribution of the power. This stuff is not powered. What's going on down here? Aha. Somebody needs to build a little wire right here. But what I want to do actually is consolidate where I'm actually generating the power, because I'm actually splitting up where we're storing the coal in this colony into 2 different places. We have some of it being stored down bottom here, and then some of it going up top. But really what we should do is put 4 coal generators up top with an auto sweeper to feed it, and then try to consolidate all of our storage. What is going on here? Oh, they emptied all the crude oil out of the pipes. Left all these little canisters everywhere. Good job, dudes. Oh, this is really, really sluggish. This isn't playing very well at all. Cat with a $5 super chat. Love watching you after a stressful day of classes. Hashtag music ed life. Thanks, Cat. Appreciate the super chat. Love the support. Glad you enjoy the channel. Oh, they redid the art on the neural vacillator too. So this is the new temp art. So that's going to change over. Not sure what the final art is going to look like, obviously, because they haven't done it yet, but kind of cool. Let's try and swap our power generation up to here somewhere. I want to stack it, actually, but with this alien technology stuff in the way, it's kind of not going to work. Maybe we can build actually underneath here. Feeling indecisive. Alright, we'll build a floor under here. Cancel that. I want the floor just big enough for it to actually reach the generators. And then if we build an auto sweeper down here. And we'll put a storage container at the bottom. This might prove to be more troublesome than I thought. I think I'm gonna actually just relocate it to a different area. I'm gonna build it up here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a nuisance for me to set it all up. Inspect stuff for lore. Inspect. After searching through the computer's database, I managed to piece together some files that piqued my interest. New database entry unlocked. View entry. Oh, cool. Preliminary calculations. Encryption level none. 2 redacted from redacted. Director. Even with dramatic optimization, we can't fit the massive volume of resources needed for a colony seed on board, even when calculating for a small interplanetary travel duration. Some serious changes are going to have to be made for this to work. XOXO redacted. That's cool. Inspect. View entry. Initial success. Encryption level 2. Log begins. We're now reliably printing healthy living subjects, though all have exhibited unusual qualities as a result of the cloning process. Squeaking sounds. Unusual vocalizations, benign growths, and missing appendages have been seen in the subjects so far. To varying degrees of severity, it seems that bypassing or accelerating juvenility halts certain critical stages of development. Brain function, however, appears typical. They also seem quite happy. Dr. McClintock signing off. That's really cool. I love that they're adding in all that lore and stuff in there. That's sweet. Try to abyssallate the well, I gotta figure out where the abyssallite tiles are and stuff. That's gonna be the tricky part. That's granite piping. That's all this stuff. It's all waiting granite. Yeah, I don't know where I built tiles out of abyssallite. Oh, this is all abyssallite tile. Just make it out of a normal insulator, I guess. There's going to be a lot of abyssalite around here because I started making just random things out of it in order to insulate. Kind of a nuisance. It is really, really sluggish, though. Like, super laggy. Now you know why duplicants can't do anything, right? That's right. Some of them were a little bit defective. We got stuck with all the defective ones, I think. All right, I think this is where I'm going to build my power. Some lore reveals further names. Dun dun dun. First video I've seen of yours is CMS 2018. Oh yeah, I did a whole bunch of those actually. Predicapod is kind of interesting to inspect as well. All right, let's go check that one out. Inspect. Search my incoming message history and find a single entry. I moved the odd message into my database. Evacuation notice. Encryption level none. Attention, all Gravitas personnel. Evacuation protocol in effect. Reactor meltdown in bioengineering imminent. Remain calm and proceed to emergency exits. Do not attempt to use elevators. Huh. Well, I mean, that sort of explains the shattered planet in the background too, doesn't it? Can I check the frame rate? I don't know if there's an option here to do that. Options, graphics. Nope. Not that I can see. Resolution's a little funky, but it's because I'm not playing full screen. I think the trouble with the frame rate right now is A, we're at a colony that's over 300 cycles, which shouldn't really be that bad, but there's probably elements in here that are an issue with the new update not being very optimized on our old setup. I can't reconstruct the newer stuff. Yeah, I'm curious to see whether... We'll leave it for now, but I'm curious to see whether tiles that can't be constructed are an issue. Like, if it's just a case of our poor duplicants not being able to do the work. Build it over here. Ooh, man, this is gonna be unplayable soon. It's not cooperating. What's up, priority 6? Work on my power generators, please. Favorite one's the 1960 Corvette. Yeah. I think it was a 50-something, though. And it's hard to tell sometimes in that game. Oh, his name's Liam. That's right, Caleb. Yeah. Just notice I was 1 minute behind for the whole time. You gotta click on that live button if you, if it looks like it's behind. It'll catch you up. If you're on Steam, you can set up frame rate counter to display the games. I mean, yeah, but what's that going to net us? I mean, we can see the frame rate's terrible. Does it matter if we can see the frame rate is like 20 versus 30? I don't think that's, I don't know if that's really worth the effort. Come on, little duplicate dudes. They're not fixing these suits up. I wonder if they don't have the resources to do it. Why do I sense an impending molten copper? I don't know what you're talking about. It's never happened before, Tommy J. We've never, ever had an overflow of copper. Please, Clay, optimization when? So after this update, actually, they're not adding new content to the game. They're going to be focusing on optimizing the game as it stands now, because they've added a lot in over time. So they've already said that this is the last one that's going to have significant updates in it in terms of new game materials and mechanics and stuff. All right, make this out of gold. And then I'm going to put storage containers in the middle here. And then right above this, we can do another layer of these. Like this. And we'll put 2 more power generators up here so we can get 4 coal generator system running. I'm going to use a ladder on the far side one here in case they need it to get up there. This needs to be dug out. And then we'll put our auto sweeper in the middle And that should be able to reach the storage and all 4 of the generators. And then once this is all in place, man, there goes all my gold. Once this is all in place, then we can actually just get rid of the generators we already have in place, and they'll use this as the new primary power producer. And then I can store all the coal kind of in the same place instead of having it all over the place. Rather than splitting it in 2 and having the generators run out, they'll concentrate it all in one area. And that should ultimately be better, I think. There's nothing wrong with the molten copper. The flaw was that we weren't resistant to it. Yeah. Darn those duplicants. How dare they not be able to handle molten copper? They're just too weak. They're flawed clones. But your abyssalite tiles are fine. You just can't make any more. Is it just... it's just like the old Atmos sensors. I guess so, yeah. They're probably fine, but... It is funny that, like, this seems even more laggy than it was before. It improves when you pause if you're moving. But, I mean, that leads to a lot of pausing. This is still not working. I need... I already told them... No, the wire's connected there. Why is that not working? This needs to be set to detect something. How about that? Natural gas. There we go. So now that should grab the natural gas that we've been building up here. It's going to pump it into here, but it's going to basically flow directly out of the tank and go all the way over to our natural gas generator, which is feeding into our power grid also. Man, my colonies start off relatively organized, but then I get to this tipping point where I expand outside of my original area. And I should probably spend more time focusing on trying to have like a planned layout or something outside of my core space, because I always end up with these really randomly designed areas. Which is in part why I want to clean up the power thing, so at least if we're producing power in one area. Using a program to limit active CPU cores to 2 while playing a game can help lag if you're brave, since it's still single thread. Well, the issue here is that I'm also using software in order to stream, which is not exactly, you know, system power neutral. It's fairly system intense to run the Elgato software. I love how complex and weird the place gets over time. This game's so neat. Well, I just think there's so many things that we haven't even done here yet. Ooh, why is this not powered up here? Huh. That's weird. None of this is powered. Even though it has its own dedicated... Missing foundation. Oh, that could be an issue. There must have been ice there or something when I originally built it. There we go. Plug in the foundation, and then that will work. Let's set a sub-priority of that as 7. Please fix that for me. Yeah. There we go. Plans? No, wait. Plans are for other streamers. Frame rate would give information about whether it was getting better or worse. Like after 10 minutes, it goes from 20 to 22, 13 to 15. Well, I guess it's still just going to be slow. It's not lagging on your end. Well, it's not the stream that's lagging. It's the it's the graphics. So when I try to scroll, there's a sluggishness to the movement that isn't there normally when you're working with a smaller colony. And if I pause, it goes by much faster because it's not struggling with the same issue. So it's really just it's a frame rate issue with the game, not so much the stream. Don't forget coal gens, smart batteries, automation wires. Well, I have a smart battery down here that I'd kind of like to leverage, I think. Where's my automation? There we go. See, I already have this generation system down here. So I could really just plug in this battery, I guess. What do we got here? Actually, I should probably try to use refined metals. We have a lot of refined iron. Imagine that. Now that we're getting it out of that iron volcano. Hopefully it's not counting the stuff sitting on the surface of the planet, too, because that'd be a nuisance. There we go. Now we wait while they slowly and jitterily move around the screen. Not complicated enough till a single broken type destroys the colony in less than a cycle, yeah. Karma base is always really organized, then everything ends up being a mess. Yeah, because you sort of like, you build in a grid initially, but then after that, as you start to expand out, it's, you just, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I tend to get more chaotic as I move. How are we doing for materials? So we have no more gold amalgam. I should probably try to dig some of that up. Or make use of the volcano that's over here. Sadly, it's all refined gold, though. Ooh, there's pufflet eggs out here. We don't want that. Oh, no, that's they'll be from the other area. Only 2 hatch eggs this time. That's weird. I wonder if things are... Yeah, it's looking overpopulated in here just a little bit. I need a place that I could send these guys after... For lack of a better term, sort of a butcher's location. We can do it over at the graveyard. That might be appropriate. But I need to get rid of some of those hatches. We have too many of them. And they are unfortunately going to need euthanization so that we can have barbecue. Things are getting warm in here, too. Oh, no, that's actually... The temperature's not so bad in here. Why are these not growing? Growth halted because of irrigation. I forgot about that. I forgot I tapped out all the water down here. But the water that's coming out up here... Too hot. 77 degrees. I can't feed that into the garden. That does constitute some minor problems. We're down to 67,000 kilocalories of food, too, so I should probably try to make some stuff. We can't make barbecue, because we don't have enough of that right now. Although I feel like we still should have enough. We have no bristleberries, so we can't make that. Pepper bread. We have a little bit. Let's make some pepper bread. There we go. So they can make pepper bread for a little bit, but they're going to run out of sleep wheat grains pretty quick. Chaos of your colonies is a result of expanding the population quickly for our benefit. Yeah, that's probably part of it. Because I do grow the colony pretty fast to get up to like 18 duplicants. I mean, since then I pretty much put the brakes on it, but this is another crossover from Graveyard Keeper, isn't it? It's not that kind of butchering though. Durgan, this time it's actual. I mean, it's animals instead of people. We're not eating the other duplicants or anything. That would be probably a little bit more like Graveyard Keeper. Is it all this at a 6? Can't remember what I had that pipe there for. Why was I sending a liquid pipe over here? I don't remember. Oh my gosh, this is so laggy. Oh, right. It was for our other oxygen production. The water coming out of here, we were going to split, send up there with a feed coming from here. None of this piping's completed yet either, though. And why do I have a gap there? I must have accidentally canceled something. Okay, so this pipe, if I'm cooling that effectively, well, let's see what the temperature is when this comes down here, because if I can cool this effectively, running it through the cold biome, then that might be good to feed into the garden. Heard that on Grind This Game's stream that the huge quantities of regolith building on the surface are also lagging his game really badly. Oh, maybe. He was 1,000. Oh, that's 1,000 plus cycles, though. That's, yeah, probably not so much my issue. I have a relatively small space opened up here, so if we go to Alt-S, there's only this little space here that's opened up and that's exposed to the surface, so there's not really that much regolith built up here. I mean, it filled in the whole ladder space all the way down to the bottom, replugged all the hole in, but I don't think regolith is my problem so much as just, I mean, we've uncovered a fair-sized area inside the asteroid. I think, yeah, we've exposed the whole width of it. And our colony is going to be a reasonable size in the middle of it, but I think it might just be stuff related to the new update that's not optimized, because it wasn't this bad when we logged out last time. Nice game. Thanks, Rock. Appreciate that. Can you play this on mobile? No, it's only available on PC right now. In completion, the Fox Chronicles. Join us as we delve into the bowels of his colony to determine just what prospects he left incomplete and in a chaotic state of disarray. That's pretty much how it all works for me, Durgan. Like I said, in part because like every time I do a stream, I'm trying to accomplish more and more, maybe faster and faster, which results in me telling the duplicants to do a lot of things. Please don't. Oh, Joe. Please don't put me there again. I'm still healing from the last visit to the volcano. Ready? It's not automatic. Hatch killing room fills with water by closing the doors and the drains. Yeah, I built one of those before. They did modify the hatches so that they take longer to drown now. So you have to hear them suffer for a lot longer. It's relatively easy to build, though. On mobile, it would be 5 frames per second. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, this is the beta branch, so things are not going to go optimally right now. There's more they're going to need to kind of tweak on this. And obviously, you know, like in addition to finishing things like artwork and stuff, optimizing the layout is going to, or the functioning of all the changes and stuff is going to be a thing, but blue leg on serpents. We got to get these snakes off the plane. All right. This still has no power. Even though they finished the floor. Why does it still say we're missing a foundation here? That seems buggy. All right, let's deconstruct this, and we'll have to rebuild it, because I think... Hello? Bueller? Oh my gosh, it's so bad. All right, we'll deconstruct this thing. We'll rebuild it and see if that helps, because it's still saying it doesn't. It's missing a foundation, but it's obviously not. It's sitting on flat floor now. So minor issues. Try pushing Alt F3 when in debug mode. It calls the garbage collector and cleans up. Lag may work here too. Yeah, I mean I'm not in debug mode. We'll see. Well, no, Alt F3. Are you sure? Hold on. See, debug mode. Thing is, what I don't want it to do is to pick up all the random things that are sitting on the ground, because that could cause some problems. Alt F3, debug garbage, debug collect garbage. Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what happens. Alt F3. I don't know if it worked or not. It still seems pretty sluggish. We'll see. Maybe it'll improve over time, but I kind of doubt it. Gotta get more plain snakes. Plain snakes. Let's go. Yeah, maybe there's a whole planet of snakes we can go have them check out. Wish you could kill the hatches simply by venting all the air out. That would be handy, yeah. If you could trap them into a vacuum or something. That would probably be... Well, I mean, the water method's really not hard to do. But it might be relatively easy to suffocate them if that was an option. But sadly, that just doesn't work. Since a new colony, the very near future, due to the lag and bugs. Yeah, it's, I mean, again, today is the very first day the beta branch came out. Maybe what we'll do is, hold on a second. Let me just save this. Actually, if I save it, we'll give it a whirl. I'm gonna try saving it, and we'll load up, or I'll go out of the beta branch, and then we'll try running the game again and see if it works. Let's see, because it might just have something to do with the fact that we're opted into the beta. Opt out of the beta. Now this will take a moment for it to update, but Shouldn't take too long. And then after it's finished, we'll see whether my save game will still load or not in this mode. It may not. I have to have debug mode up and then Alt F3. Okay. We'll try it. We'll just try running it without using the beta branch and see if that helps. I mean, it's not like we're in a position to use any of the stuff that's in the beta branch yet anyway in this colony. So we went and checked it all out just in debug mode, but this particular colony, oops, that's not what I wanted. This particular colony is not really in a position to actually build the rocket stuff yet anyway. I'm kind of, you know, I was thinking earlier today, I should actually do like an entire week of clay. Oh, could not use. Uh-oh. Let's go back 1 second. Nope. Could not use. Well, that rules that out. We have to use the beta branch now. So you might be right. We might be making a new colony soon. I gotta go back into the beta branch. Space industry. Dun dun dun. So much for that idea. Can always go back a few cycles so you're not losing much. I mean, it won't even let me do that. I probably should have saved the game separately, but I wasn't expecting that kind of lag. Windows has detected a fatal error. Maybe we just reload it and it'll work. I don't know. Kind of doubt it, but... Otherwise, we'll try the garbage collection trick using debug mode. I don't normally use debug when I'm playing in a colony, but in this instance, if it can clean up the lag and make it run better, that would be alright. I'd like to see another junkyard rebuild. Yeah, I've kind of been waiting for... there's supposed to be a Porsche DLC coming out. So I think we the last stream we had for Car Mechanic Simulator was a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I can't remember now. Please show a photo of BSOD. What's that? This is a good time as any to start a new colony. Well, it's already 11:30 tonight. I'm probably not going to start it tonight, but let's try going. We'll try debug mode and see if we use Alt F3 if it will clean up the garbage and improve the lag a bit. It'd be novel if it did. Alt F3. I don't know if that helped or not. Doesn't seem to have made much difference. Might be slightly better, but not significantly. Oh, look, we're getting all the iron out here again. Okay, good. So that got fixed just by reloading it. I didn't even have to rebuild this thing. So that's good. If you activate debug mode, it will start to activate the fog of war areas ahead of time. Well, what I found with debug mode is that when you have the menu open, see how it's still clouded? When you have the menu open, it will expose it all. But then when you close the menu, it turns the fog of war back on again. Unless the duplicant's actually been in that area. New colony equals headpants Poe. Actually, we might have a Poe in this colony. We could probably rename this one. Sarah Boop, BDS, Evil, Dulfin. Do we not have a Polani in this colony? Brosif, Caleb, Rangi, Voltron. Oh, it's Voltron. Oh, that's right. We'll do Headpants Poe in the next colony because we actually had, like I said, I was really hoping to stretch this out. We'll have to see. Tonight's the first night of the beta branch, right? So they might have some updates that will improve the performance a little bit. So we'll have to see maybe next time if the colony is performing a little bit better. I'm a little bit reluctant to start a new colony now that we're over 300 cycles in, and I'm trying to build towards some of that late game content. It's always fun to start over. I start lots of new colonies, but I feel like a lot of times I'm kind of like like robbing you guys the opportunity to see the gameplay going past a certain point because I keep starting a new colony every time there's something new that comes out, right? Oh, I still have it set for deconstruction. Oh, I should probably cancel that. Thank you. Now that it's magically started working again. I need them to finish the piping up here too, as well as the wiring. I never did send the wiring there, so let's get that connected. Obviously, it's going to be a while for our duplicants to get to this because they have a lot of stuff on the go right now. Even though there's 18 of them, it's still never enough. You named your colony the Inescapable Space Prison and you thought you were going to get out? Ah, Sam. Technically, I just let it pick one of the random names and thought it was funny, so I kept it. But, yeah, that's kind of ironic, I guess. Maybe slightly unrealistic. I don't know. Like exploring new asteroids, though. I haven't seen what the deal is with, like, well, I mean, like you sent the ship off. Yeah, actually, it is neat to start new colonies and explore everything. Like I said, I've started a lot of them. I think in the course of the last year, what I started doing was building a new colony every time a new update came out. So consequently, we've had, I don't know how many colonies, but it's been a lot. But oftentimes they don't get past cycle 200 because then they have another update come out so soon afterwards. You have to start again. Same happened to me earlier. Oh, did it? Well, like I said, tonight is the first night that the beta branch is available, so it's possible they'll have an update that will improve the performance. So I probably won't start a new one right away. What I might do is wait till next Tuesday. If when we go to stream next Tuesday, we're still having issues with performance, then we'll just start a brand new colony. No way to make an uptime command for YouTube app API? No, unfortunately not. I looked into that actually to see if I could set up a command for Nightbot, similar to what you can for Twitch, but it's not an option. Just need to stream only 5 nights a week for 4 weeks, and then we'll get to late game stuff. That's so true. It's so true, Snoops. I mean, realistically, there's enough interest in the game. I probably could do it every night. I don't know. I wouldn't want the channel to become something that's just like super one-dimensional, where it's like only Oxygen not included, because that's all I have time for. Just play more Forza tonight. I got hit for the copyright strike on the, or not a copyright strike, but a copyright content match on that Forza video for the music that was in the very beginning, because I thought I had turned on streamer mode before I loaded the game up. And turns out I didn't. So the song that's used in the intro when I started the stream for like the first 40 seconds had a content match, so I had to like delete it out of the recording. Just play CMS 18 on mobile. It's awesome. Well, I've heard that actually the mobile version doesn't have as much in it as the PC version does. So I haven't really been too inclined to do it. I've just kind of stuck with the PC one, particularly since I already own it. Yeah, there's an option, Durga, when you upload a video, when it gets a content match, just to delete the music out of it. So I had them do that. Just kind of funny that that when I thought I had set it up in a way that I wouldn't get a content match on the music, I ended up getting one anyway. Maybe do a 48-hour live stream of Oni. You could even take donation for charity. That would be cool if I could actually last 48 hours and if I had 48 hours to do it in. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine 48 hours of playing this game, though? I really enjoy this game, but that would really tax me mentally. November equals Oni month. I mean, I still want to get back and play more RimWorld as well. I want to play some more Stardew Valley. I want to play some more Graveyard Keeper. Too many games. Too many games. And I think there's some more stuff coming up in this month and next month, too, that I wanted to try out. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, Fox would die. Yeah. Can you imagine? I'd be like sleeping on the stream. You guys have to listen to me snoring. The duplicates are running around and doing their thing while I'm snoring in the background. Any ideas where you read what came out in the beta branch? Yes, I have a very good idea. So the place to get the information easiest is from the Clay forums. So this is the specific article here. And then they itemize all the different things that are actually in the update. So this is the place to go check out information. It's definitely the key place to get it. And then each time they do an update to the game, there'll be a post as well that will show those updates. So that's definitely what you want to check out. An easy way to find that if you're having trouble finding it, if you go to Reddit under the Oxygen Not Included Reddit, oftentimes people on Reddit will link it over. So here's an easy link to find it if you have trouble finding it on the forum, because sometimes those new beta branch updates can be tricky to find on the forum. But if you keep an eye on Reddit, oftentimes you'll see people will link it here, and then you can. That's kind of an easy way to get to it also. How about this compromise? Only every day and another game on a leap day. You guys would get so sick of Oxygen Not Included if that's all I played. I really want to play more Don't Starve also, particularly with the Halloween event coming up, and then following that is going to be the Christmas event. Hamlet is supposed to be coming out like this December, which is a new DLC content for Don't Starve. So I want to play some more of that. I mean, there's just so much to play, so many good games around. Maybe do some more lore inspecting. I guess we could look at some more lore while this is busy waiting for this stuff to build. I guess there must be only certain buildings that have lore, right? Like the pre-existing structures. I don't know how much we've uncovered ruins-wise. Oh, there's more down here. There's no lore on the anti-entropy thermal nullifier. These have lore. Have you seen this one? Encryption level 1. 2 redacted from Director Stern. Please pay no mind. If any of these journals reach out to you, deny comment. Director, are you aware of the articles they've been cropping up about us lately? Interesting. Inspect. View entry. Frankie's blog. I guess we should go at the bottom. Oh my god, I just found out Frankie's one of those people who takes pictures of all their food and uploads them to some dumb blog somewhere. You have to come to lunch with us and see. They spend so long taking pictures of the food gets cold. They have to ask the waiter to warm it up again. It's so funny. XOXO Dr. Jones. Sure, I'd be down to get lunch with you guys. See you in a bit. From Dr. Summers. Interesting. Don't Starve together with Jack, please. Yeah, I should play with Jack some more. I haven't played with him in a while. It's been a little bit. Oh, I got this here, but we didn't actually open it. So let's send a duplicant over here to give submit a bioscan so we can get that door open. Did that work? Yeah. All right. So there's that. Don't know if we have any more ruins that we've uncovered. Oh, lockers. Inspect. Discarded journal inside remains mostly intact. I scanned the pages of use. Cleaning up the mess. Encryption level none. Cleaned up a few messes in my time, but ain't nothing like the mess I seen today in that biolab. Green goop all over the floor, all over the walls. Murky tubes that look like human shapes floating in them. I think old Mr. Gunderson's ain't got smarts enough to put 2 and 2 together, but I got eyes, don't I? Ain't nobody ever pay attention to the janitor. Mr. Stinky Gunderson. Stinky! That's where he came from. He was the janitor. Poor Stinky. Oh, wow, for a second I thought he was such a monster high. No, not so much. Whatever happened to Machiavellian? I played it for a little while, and then I got distracted by other things. I think they've had some updates to that game, too. I should look at that. There's just so many games to play. Employee processing. Encryption level 1. Voice recognition initialized. Oh, what's all the water on the floor there? That's weird. Technician, thank you for the fingerprints, Doctor. We just need a quick voice sample that we can be on your way. Wow, Jackie, your security's no joke. Please address me as Director while on facility grounds. Right. This should only take a moment. Speaking clearly into the system, we'll drive a voice signature for you. When you're ready. Security code B111, Dr. Jody McClintock, Gravitas Facility, Bioengineering Department. Great. What was that light just now? A basic security scan, no need for concern. Oh, they scanned her for the printing machine. Here's your ID. Should have access to all the doors in the facility now, Dr. McClintock. Thank you, Doctor. Come along, Doctor. It's kind of cool they have this, like, a little bit more in here to give you some other additional context about the story behind the game that you're playing. Voice recognition initialized. How are you chaps today? I bought sunflower seeds. Look, your favorite. Are you hungry? Oh, one moment, friend. I left the recorder on. Rustling log ends. Huh. Weird. That's cool, though. Also, Astroneer. Yeah, they've gradually been updating Astroneer as well. I actually really enjoyed that game when it first came out, and I played it a whole bunch. And I've kind of been waiting for them to add more context to the game. Like, what's the purpose behind all the searching and the building and all that kind of stuff? Which is funny enough because I don't look for it in this game, but I just, maybe because survival in this game tends to be a bit of a challenge in and of itself. Oh, what are they waiting for here they don't have? Insufficient resources, granite. 62.9 kilograms awaiting delivery granite. Wow, we ran out of granite? That's unusual. Alright, hold on. Cancel this. Focus on these other pipes, I think. Yeah, I'm not super worried about that pipe. Not yet, anyway. I will be, but not yet. Let's finish this stuff up here first instead. It's taking forever to get to these things, and I wonder if actually I'm low on gold amalgam and haven't got enough to build it. No, I have 1,200 grams. Or kilograms, rather. It's taking forever. What do the rocket plans do? What do you mean? It's going to be a little while before we get to the point of the rockets. We actually have to get the telescope onto the surface and get it to stay there long enough that we can actually scan outer space in order to get the research disks, which we can feed into the planetarium things in order to get the research points to unlock the higher level stuff. So it's kind of like a lot to do. I like the graphics in Astroneer. It's really cheap. Yeah, actually, the graphics are great in that game. And so much of it has changed, too. I think what I find interesting about that game is that I actually enjoyed the concept of the gameplay and the building and stuff. And I was just looking for more depth in the game. And they spent, like, the last year or two changing the game, redesigning all those core elements of it, but not really adding any additional depth. They did apparently add another planet, which is supposed to come out in an update this December, I think. Which is kind of cool. Aw, they're dope little clones of the original crew. Nice. So cute. Some of the crew, anyway. I don't know. Not entirely sure how that all works, but that's right. You keep building that. You go, buddy. Burp, 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 burp. Ooh, this is so slow. Ooze. They're made of genetic ooze. All right. They're made of the substance that makes up the swamp biome. Oh, you know what? We unlocked that door, I think. Let's go and take a look. Hopefully somebody went over and scanned that thing. Where was that? Oh, look! Another neurovacillator! Who was it that wanted to be on the neurovacillator again? I can't remember. Was it Voltron again? I don't remember who wanted to be neural vacillized. Does anyone remember who wanted to be on the neural vacillator? I can't remember for the life of me. The life of me is just completely escaping me. Genetic ooze sounds tasty. It's like the stuff that donuts are made of. Genetic ooze. Can I please see the pipe setup for the bathroom? Sure. I have a few things on that setup right now. So this is my bathroom here. Now, in the future, what I'm going to do is stagger the sinks with the toilet so we get the benefit of the decor. But basically, we have the incoming flow of water that comes out of the water sieve that feeds into our toilets and our sinks. I have a separate line going off to the showers, which are somewhere else. They consume the clean water, produce the dirty water, which goes around to this pipe bridge. And then I have an offshoot coming off the input of the pipe bridge to handle overflow. And then the rest of it goes into the sieve to keep going through the infinite circle. Live epically, $2 super chat. Yes, Voltron Vacillator. Okay, thank you. I knew somebody wanted to be on it. I knew it was somebody. Alright, Voltron. Where are we here? We're gonna make our super duplicant out of this one. No. Okay, well, let's check it out anyway. Encryption level 2. Subject number 762. Hibiscus 3. Adult female, 42 centimeters, 257 grams. Donor number 650. Hibiscus, adult female. Hypothesis. Subjects cloned from hibiscus will correctly operate a lever apparatus when introduced, demonstrating retention of original donor's conditioned memories. Oh, hibiscus must be one of the original people? I thought they were talking about a plant. Hibiscus conditioned to pull a lever to the right for a reward. Almonds. Oh, maybe it's a mouse or a rat. Conditioning took place over a period of 2 weeks. Hibiscus quickly learned that pulling the lever to the left produced no results and was reliably demonstrating the desired behavior by the end of the first week. Training continued for 1 additional week to strengthen neural pathways and ensure the intended behavioral conditioning was committed to long-term and muscle memory. Cloning subject number 762, Hibiscus 3, was introduced to the lever apparatus to ascertain memory retention and recall. Hibiscus 3 showed no signs of recognition and did not perform the desired behavior. Subject initially failed to interact with the apparatus on any level. On second introduction, Hibiscus 3 pulled the lever to the left. Conclusion. Printed subject retains no memory from donor. Oh. So that's why we got to tell them what to do all the time. They don't remember anything. you also volunteer as the next tribute. Oh, there goes Voltron. I love the neural vacillator. Woo! Voltron's brain's still vibrating. Sunny disposition trait. So stress change minus 20% per cycle. So Voltron's gonna be super happy now. Good luck with that whole happy thing. The sunny disposition creeps me out so much. I get the sunny disposition trait so often when I use the vacillator. For the first while, I thought it was the only trait you could get, because it was the one I got every single time. And then finally they got something different. I think I got like Deeper's diver lungs or something. Okay, come on guys. You're close to getting this power system set up over here for me. Would you just finish it? Let's increase the priority. There we go. Hopefully they'll get that done now. Voltron for astronaut? Yeah, I think so, actually. I mean, in terms of the jobs and stuff, we have Voltron. Actually, nobody's even able to start to become a space cadet, I don't think. Morale. Oh, this might still be based on morale. We have some tenured Sentai. Actually, I think Voltron and Rangi were both tenured scientists. One of the two of them was. So they must be close to be able to do the astronaut system. I'm the opposite. Got all the good traits from it, and then I watched you and saw you make all the creepy sunny tubes. I don't know what it was. It was just constant. A lot of lag. Yeah, if you're seeing like graphics lag and stuff, it's actually not the stream lag necessarily. I mean, it could be. You might have some of that, but we're getting terrible frame rate right now from the game. Yeah, they added jetpacks in, which is pretty cool. Just got here, so what's new in the space industry upgrade? So they added some additional rocket components, which I don't have researched here, so unfortunately I can't show you. We did play around with them a little bit in debug mode. If we go into the research tree, which is hiding on me, there we go. Over to the right-hand side of things, they've changed the research tree around, so we have all these things we have to unlock using this other point. Was it galactic points or interstellar research points? So all these things need to be unlocked. We have the new jetpacks that the duplicants can use to fly around and stuff. Different rocket engines and that kind of thing. So it's kind of cool. They added in over here a robo miner, so you can actually put this thing down and then it will dig out an area around it automatically without duplicants being there to do it. So I'm thinking they did that to kind of help with the regolith, which builds up on the surface. Because I was actually thinking the other day, as I was contemplating getting to the point of building out like a rocket bay and stuff. I was like, man, when we finally get there, we're never going to be able to keep the tops, like the surface clean from regolith, because it just falls constantly in the meteors. But now that we have that, that's an option. Although I think the meteors are still going to smash it. But of all those things, the lag isn't something you're not looking forward to. Yeah, I don't know if it's just... I mean, this is also the first day that the beta branch has been available, and it's often not exactly optimized. There's little bugs and issues. So hopefully it will improve. I'm kind of hoping that when we stream on Tuesday night, that the performance will be a little bit better. We can continue to carry on with this colony, because we've got it up to cycle 320 now, which isn't so bad. Live Epically volunteers for new mission. Thanks for the super chat, Live Epically. Volunteers for new mission. You're saying you're volunteering if we do the whole rocket thing? You want to go into outer space? Or are you saying you want to volunteer to start a new colony? Because that would be a new mission, I guess. It just takes so long to build a colony up to the point of using the stuff. Hey, Aaron Wilder. Welcome to the channel and the stream. I think it'd be hilarious to flatten the top of the asteroid. Yeah, if you could put like those digging things like all the way across the entire surface. I mean, it's perfectly possible, I guess. You ran all the way up there, and then you just changed and went back. What are you doing? Picked up granite. All right, you go, guy. No Oni on Saturday? No, not typically. Usually I stream Oxygen Not Included on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The only reason I did it on Saturday the prior week is because I'd missed the Thursday stream. And I know I missed Tuesday this week, but I'm not sure I'm going to have an opportunity to play catch-up. It was actually a bit iffy of whether I was going to be able to stream tonight. Live Epically, $2 super chat, rocket me! Alright, when we get to that point anyway. I mean, we finally got to the point where we can make steel and things. So, we have stuff for steel and glass and everything. I was going to make the vacuum tubes for transports, however... Now, where are they here? They've changed them. The ingredients are required to make them. It used to be plastics and stuff, but now... Oh, it's still plastic. I thought there was a thing that... Oh, maybe it is still the same. I could have sworn when I was playing in debug mode, it required some of that new Visco gel stuff, whatever it is, but maybe not. Busy Fox, yeah. Well, actually, one of the people that reported on me at work was gone on mat leave for like the whole next year, so I've absorbed a portion of her work on top of like my normal job, so that just kind of slammed me a bit earlier this week. I was a big, sort of a hot mess, but try out the new auto miner since you can build it now. I'm curious. All right, we'll take a peek at that. Where was it exactly? I don't remember now. Oh, it was in. Was it in refinement? No. Shipping. That's where it was. Shipping. Robo-miner. I'll volunteer to be Live Epically's plucky sidekick passenger to infinity and beyond. All right, let's build this up here. We'll see what happens when we tell this thing to dig. Oh man, I can't even see where it's gonna put it. There we go. It just has temp art. Waiting delivery of iron, 200 kilograms. So if they get that built, we can see how this thing works. So I did see it in the debug. We didn't actually play with it. I'm assuming it's gonna need power. Yeah, of course it does. Throw a little wire in here. And then it should just go ahead and like automatically dig out everything that's in the area around it. Should be kind of cool. Man, they built that before they built the power generators. It's got to be because of the materials I'm trying to use up there. So priority 6 on all this. I want to see that thing digging. That'd be cool. How many passengers do you have? Maybe you send the entire colony on a field trip. You can have, in the rocket, you can have a passenger compartment, but you'd have to have a separate one for each passenger. So I don't know if you could ever make a rocket big enough to offset enough thrust to offset the weight and stuff. I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be funny to go into debug mode and set up a thing with like 6 passenger compartments and like 10 fuel tanks and then like the thruster at the bottom, but I don't know where the tipping point is between like a benefit and a negative kind of setup. $5 super chat. Yes, TGP and I will go to the great wide yonder. Thanks for the super chats, guys. Again, I mean, I guess when we get to the point of doing rockets, I can try to do that. That'd be cool. I'm going to deconstruct these now, since I have 2 right there. And they are connected to the power grid. We'll also copy the settings here for our wonderful coal. And we'll plug it in here. And then I'll set this for a lower rate so they shift the coal over for me. Taking the coal and storing it. Nice. They're finally almost finished with this thing. It's about time. Hopefully no one gets lost in space. Yeah. How much power does it take for this drill thing? Good question. I didn't really look at it. That was in shipping. All right, so it takes 120 watts, which actually isn't bad. Produces a little bit of heat, but not much. Rover miner's range can be viewed at any time by selecting the building. So we can actually see this is the area it's going to mine everything out of. So it doesn't cover a massive area, but if you had a couple of these on the surface, for example, set up in a way that they're kind of overlapping over top of your blast doors, they could keep them completely clear of regolith all the time, as long as they didn't get smashed by incoming meteors and stuff. Request you sing Rocket Man when we launch. TGP with a $2 super chat. And the Rocket Man request. Oh, there it goes. It's digging. Oh yeah, mine's basically just the same way that a duplicant does. Except it does it automatically. That's really cool. It's really novel. I think it's relatively limited in usefulness. That's cool, though. Be nice to see what the finished art looks like on it when it's all done. Not sure if you trust them not to dig themselves into a hole on a mission, space mission. Yeah, I'm sure they'd find a way. They get it like in between this asteroid and the next one, and the next thing you know, they're like ejecting capsules and stuff and dumping the fuel and everything else. Those super smart duplicants. They're geniuses. Let's deconstruct this. Just standing there slack-jawed for a moment. I don't know what to do. Maybe the auto miner can mine through walls and doors and whatnot? I don't think so. So when I had a floor, like if you look at the auto miner here when you're going to place it, it'll actually show you where it can't work. So you can see that it can dig through all this stuff, but if you put it underneath floors, it cuts it off so it can't reach above it. It can go through, it can reach through gaps, but not through the floor itself. But when it's connected to a sweeper, it looks like a good idea. Yeah, but again, for a limited amount of time, right? So this particular auto miner in here is going to dig out all this area, and then once it doesn't have anything to dig anymore, it'll just sit idle. And so you end up deconstructing it and moving it, or whatever the case might be. Honestly, where I think this has the most utility is up on the surface, where the regolith keeps getting added in, right? You could have them below the blast doors directly above some glass, so they eat up regolith after the meteors are over and the doors open again. Yep, there is that. So, like, we could try to put some stuff on the surface for them to be protected and a little bit more effective when it comes to the point of, like, trying to deal with the regolith. But I think that's where this is most useful, because the regolith can keep being added into the same place, where in the rest of the asteroid, when you dig this out, nothing else will appear there. It'll just be permanently empty at that point, so you end up deconstructing it and moving it. But still, it's digging all this out, and I don't have to have duplicants do it, so I guess it's alright. Can you rotate the auto miner? Let's check. I don't know if it makes a difference, but... Oh, you can. So you can have it dig down. So if you had it on the underside of a blast door, huh? Yeah, so you can stick it on different surfaces, I guess, rather than just having it flat on the floor. You can define the area you want it to dig. All right, so that might actually have some other utility, but predominantly in places I still think up near the surface where you're actually having new materials added in that it needs to mine. Wouldn't the Automata get destroyed by the asteroids? Well, that's the idea, is you'd have to protect it somewhere, right? So if you had it underneath like a blast shield of some kind, so that when you open the doors, the regolith falls through, and then it could mine out all the regolith to clear it all out, so the doors are clear again. I guess that would be all right. I think that would work. What's its overheat temperature? Probably depends on the material you make it out of, but let's take a look at it. Overheat temperature, 125 degrees Celsius. Or minus 15. Now this thing, I ended up making it out of iron. So obviously if you make it out of a different material, you'll get a different overheat temperature. But 125 degrees isn't too bad. Crazy Sammy with the $2 super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Say Crazy Sammy. Appreciate the support. I want the autominer to dig down and release the magma. Yeah, it only reaches down so far, though. It's not like you can have it dig infinitely down. It has a specific radius that it'll dig, and that's it. Seems like they get a lot more work done with that. Yeah, except that I didn't necessarily have to dig this out, right? I just sort of put it there as a test. But yeah, if you wanted to mine out a given area, I guess you could build one there and then just dig it up and relocate it somewhere else. Volcano maintenance with it? Well, maybe. Yeah, for a magma volcano anyway, because it's going to solidify into rock and stuff, right? Whereas these other volcanoes, like this one here, has liquid iron at 1,764 degrees. Boy, it's a little worm in there. That's spicy. That conveyor rail's hot. I'm surprised it hasn't melted. They never did add in another Wheezewort in there, but it probably would die anyway. No seed available. Can you flip it upside down? Yeah, you can flip it around. So if you had like if you wanted to stick it on the roof of here, for example, you flip it over and then it digs downwards instead, and that's the area that it would mine out. Oh, and it looks like it won't mine abyssallite. So it has a limit to what it's capable of mining also. Crazy Sammy, you're missing resources for 36 buildings. Check wires. Yeah. Yep, it's up here. Insufficient resource, granite. Oh, it's for that pipe. I forgot about the granite issue. All right, so let's go ahead and replace that with something we have a little bit more abundant supply of. Insulated pipe. We'll make it out of, I don't know, igneous rock, I guess. Oops. Because since we can't make it out of abyssallite anymore, we'll just use igneous rock. Set that to priority 6. Now, we may have wires and stuff elsewhere that we haven't got the materials for. That pipe's all good. What have we got down here? Waiting for more granite. We don't have that, so we'll get rid of this also. We'll replace that. Some more igneous rock in here. Alright, that took care of a couple things anyway. Put them in a tunnel back to back and make a large room. Yeah, I mean, there's a variety of stuff you could do with it, probably. If you're trying to hollow out a large space, I suppose that would work. And then you don't have to spend the duplicant time doing it. New update, what's this one about? So they added some additional stuff in the rocketry upgrade. We were playing in debug mode at the start of the stream. So if you want to go back and check that out, you can see all the different stuff we took a look at. But they added some new rocketry stuff. They added jetpacks in for the duplicants so they can fly now. If you get them to put on the jetpack suit. Which is pretty cool. Abyssallite is still in the game, but they took away the ability to build with it. So you can't make tiles out of abyssallite anymore. So if you go over here and look at our tile options, even though I have abyssallite in my inventory, we don't have an option to make it anymore. Instead, they have this this machine that allows us to make, I guess it's in refinement. The molecular forge here allows us to make... No, this one's specifically for making other refined products. But there's actually like an insulation we can make now. I don't remember where it was exactly. But there's a special insulation we can make. Maybe it was the kiln? Oh my gosh. Come on. Don't die on me now. There we go. Whew. That was slow. Alright, so we can make ceramics there. Not there. That's just glass. I can't remember where we make the new insulation from, but they made it so you can't make stuff out of bislight anymore. It's now just an ingredient in producing insulation. This is a lie. It says 1080p and 60 frames per second. Well, it is. That's the feed you're getting. Unfortunately, the frame rate on the game is super sluggish. It is 1080p, but not 60 frames per second right now. Actually, I don't even think it's 1080p at the moment. The stream feed is. But in terms of the graphics right now, because I'm using, it's actually 1024 by 768. Because I'm doing borderless window mode. Try recharging the neural vacillator. Can you recharge them now? Oh my god. That's a thing? That's amazing. Instant resource. Vacillator recharge ×1. So there's a resource you can put into it to recharge it. But we don't have it. That's crazy. I wonder where we get that from. I wonder if it's something we'll be able to make or something we have to find. People are saying you can recharge the vacillator. Is that amazing thing possible? I mean, it gives you an option to do it, but it says I need a vacillator recharge, which we don't have. Now that resolution's weird. Yeah, it's because it's borderless window mode. Frame rate drops when he fast forwards time. I mean, not even that. It's just scrolling around. If I hit pause, then I can move around without an issue, and it looks fine. If I unpause it, even in regular play mode, it's sluggish. It's not necessarily about the speed at which I'm passing the time. Brain share all the noobs. I'd love to, but there's a thing we have to do. Vacillators need those research discs. Do they? That's cool. I don't remember seeing anything in the patch notes about that. Added command module, space scanners, telescopes now produce data disks, which we can be used to process at virtual planetariums. Yeah, they didn't put anything about recharging the vacillators, but that's pretty cool that you can. Oh, neural vacillator art update and recharging pods. So I guess we gotta find the recharging pods to do it. Check the research tree. Let me see. Where would those be, I wonder? It was obviously not in the rocketry stuff. Just looking for, like, art assets that I'm not familiar with. Exosuits. Molecular forge. I don't see anything here for the neural vacillator pods. So I don't know. Maybe they're not in the game yet. That's pretty cool, though. You need a database look up the charger? Yeah. Let's look up vacillator here. Oops. Nope. Neural? Apparently the neural vacillator is not an option to look up here. I'm spelling it right. N-E-U-R-A, yeah. No neural vacillator, nothing in the database. Oh, notices, evacuation notice. HVAC, ventilation, yeah. So I don't know. It could just be that it's not an option. You've got a stage 1 research thing that needs to be researched. Wait, what's this now? Oh, what the? How's that even possible? That's weird. Something about the way they jury-rigged everything actually made us lose that research. For the jobs board and the water cooler of all things. That makes no sense at all. No sense at all. Well, name of that building. We'll get someone working on it, I guess. Maybe search pod. Printing pods. Printing pod promo. Nope. I don't know. Like I said, it's entirely possible. It's just not in the game yet, and they're sort of prepping for it. But it's kind of funny. I should be able to see the database entry by clicking on that thing for that. Well, only if it has a link for it, right? No database entry available, so there's nothing for the neural vacillator. Maybe at a later time they'll add that in. It's kind of cool though. These are, that's an 8. Actually, let's set these for a 7 maybe. On 7 copy settings, and then these I need to be set at an 8. Otherwise, it'll prioritize storing the coal instead of feeding it into the generators. There we go. Anyway, it's after midnight my time. So I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. It was kind of cool checking out all the new stuff in the update. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can figure out where the pods are for the neural vacillator, getting those recharged. That's pretty cool. If we get to use it on a bunch of duplicants to make super duplicants, that would be pretty sweet. We'll come back again on Tuesday, though, and hopefully they'll have had some updates between now and then. They're usually pretty good about having consistent updates. It is a holiday here in Canada on Monday, so I'm not sure if they're all going to take a long weekend and maybe we won't see something, but hopefully they'll have an update that will improve the game performance. If we're not seeing an improvement, then we might actually need to start a new colony, because I can't play with it at such a low frame rate. It just kills me. It's so painful to move around and do stuff and get things done. But nevertheless, thanks so much for coming to hang out for the night. Thank you everyone who sent in a super chat as well. I appreciate the support as always. We'll be back on Tuesday night with more Oxygen Unincluded. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to stream tomorrow night or Saturday night. It will depend a little bit on what my work schedule looks like. But if so, I hope all of you can be here. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.